What? 10, 11. Don't understand the number. Mat, silent ako kasi lalabas lang naman ako. Hi sa dalawa dyan, shout out. Maglilinis ako ng kotse. Walang Hi, Sisikoy. Hi sa apat dyan. Ay, marami pala kayo dyan. Sige na po. Busy lang. Clean more. It's not cold here. Ano, nilalamig na nga ako kaya nagsapaw ako. Kasi medyo malamig na. Kasi anong oras na? Alas 4 na siya. Kaya, ayan. What time is it? Divo. Anong divo? Ano, alas 4 na. Tapos, yung paglilinis ko sisikoy, baka maputol to kasi kainis tong, antang, tingnan mo. I love you. Yung mga tumtum, makuha lang siya, makuha lang ka ng mga dark. Pero pag makuha na siya, daghan siya tumtum. So, I'm gonna buy some bleach for tomorrow. Bleaching thing. Tomorrow, I'm gonna buy bleach. Sunrox. Sunrox. Pang bleach para sa patio. No? Si Sikon parang nag-ano sing.
You'll need photo ID to vote in the elections in England on the 7th of May. Don't have ID? Apply for free voter ID today. Find out more at electoralcommission.org.uk/voter ID.
Meet Alan, who despite sharing his name with a tool unit, was more of an ideas man.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So he got a little help from YTers. He even used it to get a custom-made hat for his cat. YTers, get anything done?
I consider myself an artist, first and foremost. Tweezers, sticky hand, that symmetry is crucial. Tiny little squiggle. Tap me, thank you, that's nice. And finally, the blowtorch. Well, it has to be just so. So fussy, so bothersy. So completely how exciting.
That's why we've got an all-clear annual travel insurance policy.
Do they know when the review at this time?
They do. All destinations, all medical conditions, all ages. That's all clear motto.
That's why millions of people like us choose them.
And we got a loyalty discount for renewing again.
All clear, ticks all the boxes for us.
Cabin crew, all clear to take off.
See, even she knows.
All clear travel insurance. Save 20%. Call 0800 077 777 or visit our website.
The morning ale. What's their secret? Kenko coffee.
Cable believes the kitchen is the center of your life stories. And every story needs a beginning. Cable, built into every great kitchen.
Thanks, Chris. They're growing quicker than my budget. Any help?
Well, colleagues like Charlotte here are always matching prices or lowering them with nectar. Through cold and rain and
tropical sunshine.
through tropical sunshine indeed. Because we're always matching and lowering prices. Sainsbury's, good food for all of us.
Property auctions are becoming increasingly popular. But all is not what it seems. Join Sarah Beanie
Haven't been in, so not yet.
as she offers insider tricks that might just come in handy for these winning bidders.
Can do something quite incredible.
Hell, I'm bought it at auction with Sarah Beanie on Channel 4. Starts Wednesday at 8.
Channel 4 Life in the Sun, sponsored by Marella Cruises.
Back in Benol Magana, Rachel and Lee have finally received the news they've been waiting for. Their Spanish paperwork has been approved, meaning their new bakery will soon open its doors.
We've had the okay to open on Wednesday, so that's really good, fantastic.
Finally!
Yeah, it gives you a bit more energy to keep going. And I'll feed the master, getting that tent filled up, and we'll take it from there.
With their opening date set, the couple are wasting no time spreading the word about their new venture.
We just basically come to ask if it's okay if we drop a few leaflets. If customers bring them back with them, they'll get a freebie. Is that alright?
Here's a couple on the front end.
Good thing. Thank you so much.
With British expats making up a large part of their potential customer base, Rachel and Lee know how important it is to get themselves known.
I'm just wondering if you'd like a leaflet?
After dropping more than 100 flyers, the support is encouraging.
Good luck. Well, I tell people now, all right?
Yeah, nice one. Thanks a lot. I think one thing we found that ever since we came here is that there is a big community feel to it. They're very supportive in everybody else's businesses. Leaflet drop today. It should spark a few ears to come and see what the fuss is all about, really, and hopefully a bit more footfall on our first opening day.
Back in the UK, Rachel was an avid cake baker, but the shop was built on the success of its pork pies. So the couple spent the next few days perfecting the previous owner's savoury recipes.
It's been non-stop baking. We learned almost every single ingredient, every mix, and we've had a chance to do it on our own as well. From now on in, it's going to be full-on crabtree trial, isn't it? It'll be worth it in the end. Yeah.
Rachel's also keen to put her own stamp on the bakery.
Everybody loves chocolate.
She's hoping her famous home bakes will sweeten up their new customers.
These are just a little sample of the freezer that I'm going to be giving out on the opening day. Just a little taster to make people wanting more.
This morning, though, Rachel will be handling the prep alone.
Is that right? Fingers crossed it's all good.
Leah's heading out to meet their estate agent to collect the keys to their new home.
So, was the trip good?
Yeah, it was all good. We just bought a business, so...
This modern one-bedroom apartment with a balcony and a pool is just a stone's throw from the bakery.
Very nice.
And with the contract signed, their new life is starting to fall into place.
All sorted, got the keys, so... Right now, we've got somewhere proper to eat food and sleep okay. So it's a big step forward. We've got a nice place for the next 8 to 9 months, so I'm happy with it.
The apartment is fully furnished, so Lee just needs to move in their personal belongings.
No, I was going to drop off.
But on foot, it's no easy task.
We've got 4 suitcases that I've got to move from the temporary apartment to our permanent one. It's only a short walk, but in the heat, it's just going to make it harder. One more after this.
But the hard work is only just beginning.
No rest for the wicked.
It's straight back to the bakery for one final masterclass with former owner Graham.
Skin. Once you get underneath that, you'll get it. Yeah, see that skin there?
I think I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Graham's done all he can to impart his 13 years of experience to give the new custodians the best start.
You're on top of the job anyway, so whatever you do it.
In just 9 days, the couple have moved country, moved home, and laid the groundwork for their new business. In 2 days, they'll open their doors for the very first time.
It's not a quick turnaround, but we've done well to cram in what we've crammed in. Maybe I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit now. So I know it's going to be okay. Just got to make sure we carry on working hard and cement our life here, hopefully a good life. We have had a lot of nerves because obviously we've never done a business on our own before and it's all brand new. But like, now it feels like we've got ahead, we've got prepared, and let's rock and roll.
Back in Lille, Jourdain, the town is abuzz with the roar of engines as it gears up for its supercar weekend. And new restaurateurs Camille and Aggie are fired up and raring to go.
I'm prepared. I'm a massive Formula One fan anyway, so absolutely adore Red Bull and Max Verstappen, so I thought I'm going to be a little bit different and I'm going to wear my t-shirt and Camille has got a proper one.
The annual spectacle, which raises thousands for charities, is the highlight of the local calendar.
Bonjour. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez? Jus d'orange ou du thé?
For Camille and Aggie, it's been a 6 a.m. start, fueling the organisers with breakfast, a pit stop sponsored by the commune.
So it's the commune who lay it on, so the baker has provided all the croissants and the pain au chocolat. We provide the coffee. We're not making a lot of money from it, but the main thing is that we're getting people to come in the door and know that we're here and see us.
With hundreds of car enthusiasts from across Europe descending on the town, it's the perfect opportunity to put their new restaurant on the map.
People who come here every year for the rally, they book in advance all the restaurants and all the places to go and eat and drink. And because we knew we only just opened a few weeks ago, they don't know we're here. So it's a good way of showing our restaurant, showing ourselves what we do. A few of them will come back this evening, so that's good to see them all here.
And with each customer handing over a voucher, it's easy to see how successful the morning has been.
114. that's great. It's 114 people that know about us now, more than yesterday.
As the parade heads to the race circuit, lunchtime brings a steady stream of diners.
4 salmon salads, one with no onions, no tomato.
As they establish their business, the partners are determined to stand out by being the only restaurant in the town to stay open all day.
We almost fully booked for evening now. So the giving part, the people actually pay out because they came back, or a few of them called and took a table for tonight. And we also open tomorrow, which normally we close on Sunday. But because of that Ferrari weekend, we decided to open tomorrow for lunch.
To make a success of this summer, Camille and Aggie are prepared to put in the hours. But it demands careful planning.
Guys, good luck, bon courage.
To avoid burnout, the pair take turns managing shifts, and tonight it's Camille's turn to hold the fort.
Yeah. It's going to be on assignment.
It's like, yeah, don't need anything, give me a call.
By early evening, the supercar owners are back in town, and the restaurant is at full throttle.
So when the sun comes out, it changes everything because the terrace is full, there's lots of drinkers, people attract people, so then we've got more walk-ins because they can see that, oh, what's going on over there. So yeah, it's been quite a good night so far.
Fortunately, after 6 weeks of working together, their team have quickly found their flow. And by the time the last cover leaves the kitchen,
No bacon, no nothing, and everything.
Camille has been on her feet for a staggering 20 hours.
Yeah, feeling surprisingly okay. Not as tired as I thought I would, considering the time I woke up this morning. But yeah, no, okay. I'd say it's been a fantastic service tonight. I can't wait to count up how many we've done. Feels a lot. It might have been only my thing. And unfortunately, if there's any more people that want to come and eat, we are now officially closed.
The next morning, after a few hours sleep, Camille is back to find out just how successful the day was.
Just looking at the numbers from yesterday, because it was a really busy day and way above what I was hoping for. I thought we'd done maybe about 50, 55 in the evening, but we actually did the most we've ever done, 61 in the evening. So an overall day of 94 covers, which is the most we've ever done. For our first ever Ferrari weekend, I think we can all give ourselves a massive pat on the back.
For Camille and Aggie, this milestone proves they have what it takes to succeed. As they prepare for the busy summer season, they're feeling confident.
As of tomorrow, Monday, we're going into our summer hours, which is Monday to Saturday, 10 o'clock until 10 o'clock. So the weekend shows us that we can do that easily, and we can get a bit of time off ourselves.
Yes, we do need that. We really do, because we work here since January every day doing the refurbishment to start with. Then we didn't have a time off, then straight into opening. So we're ready for that. We have a good team. We are really, really pleased with the work who we work with, and we're confident that it's shown that we can do it. We can do that.
Coming up, Daniel and John's resources are stretched.
We have a dressing down cord, high, and a lot string.
To finish a hard-to-reach job.
There looks like a hole from here. Yeah, there's loads of holes, that's the problem.
And it's a tale of two seasons.
We haven't lived here in summer before, and it's just phenomenal.
For Angie and Ash,
I don't know if I can cope with the winter and that level cold.
Channel 4 Life in the Sun, sponsored by Marella Cruises.
Hello, old friend. If you're dreaming about your next little adventure, remember Stay Shore is the UK's favourite travel insurance. With more 5-star Trustpilot reviews than any other provider, they cover comprehensive medical procedures and all ages. So, dream big, stay sure, as we like to say here on Sun Lounges. Go to stayshore.co.uk today. Here we are, here's the video. Hi.
right to their care. Leave a legacy that does the same with a gift of fantasy in your will. Search fantasy gift in will to find out more.
This is how to transform your kitchen. A little bit of magic. Kitchen magic. Kitchen magic transforms drab kitchens into dream kitchens by replacing doors, drawer fronts and worktops for their smooth sink. And in just a few days. Now that's magic. Call Kitchen Magic today for a free brochure on 0800 169 4748 or visit the website. With a cooker in your kitchen, you always have instant 100 degrees boiling water on demand. Add the cube, and you'll also have chilled and sparkling water from one single tap. If you wish to understand how a cooker works and explore the full range, you can book a live virtual proper sandwich. This is a unique experience where you control the meeting and what you would like to see. 100 degrees boiling, hot, cold, filter chilled, and sparkling water. The tap that does it all. Cooker. Go to cooker.co.uk and book your virtual appointment now. Wherever and whenever, trust Trailfinders to take care of you. Visit us or call 028 7368 1222.
I really want to fall in love. So today is the biggest day of my life. Oh my god.
More maps, less ads. With Channel 4 Plus. Sign up now.
Shop the Vax Fix Spring Clean Sale. Power through your whole home with the new Vax Lift Out range from just $119.99. Tackle spills and stains and spot cleaners from just $89.99. And save £150 on the carpet reviving smartwash pesticide. Order free next day delivery only at vax.co.uk.
In People's Postcode Lottery's April draws, you and your neighbours can win a share of £25.7 million.
Once again, most of the first to put their doors in the draw for our big spring win.
Absolutely any door can enter. This door, their door, even your door.
Sign up before midnight on the 31st of March.
A share of £25.7 million must be won for only your door.
On tonight's Channel 4 News, gas prices soar after Iran attacked Qatar's vital energy hub. We'll speak to the Israeli president and a top Iranian official. How dangerous is this escalation? Plus, more students in Kent are offered meningitis B jabs as the number of cases rises to 27. That's a 74.
Channel 4 Life in the Sun, sponsored by Umbrella Cream. It's mid-March in El Puerto de Santa Maria. Daniel and John's apartment renovations continue. Along with their builder Lolo, the pair are keen to get the bulk of the messy and noisy building jobs out of the way before the peak holiday season begins.
We have put in all the cables and the plumbing, and we're putting in the drainage today. I'm pretty pleased with the progress we're making.
Lolo is still putting Daniel through his paces as his builder's assistant.
I just got to try and find a blade for this, so you can use it to cut the tube.
John also has some time off today from his day job, so he can pitch in. This morning he's planning to tackle some painting.
Daniel painted the wall, and then literally the day after, we got like some of the really horrible sludgy Saharan rain. It stained all yellow. So I'm going to paint it again.
But to do so means facing one of his biggest fears.
I need to do that corner there, and I'll be able to see straight down there, and from there to the floor it's quite too far.
With an anti-slip ladder in place, John cracks on. But he still can't cover the most bothersome spot on the wall.
It's going to be quite difficult to reach through the corner because it's difficult to get close to the feet on the ladder. Maybe a stick on the paintbrush.
As John actions his new makeshift plan,
We have a little dressing down cord, tie, and a long string. That should be okay. And when you
can't tie knots, tie locks.
To limit his time back up the ladder, Daniel acts as a second set of eyes.
Right at the top right of the corner.
Over here?
Yeah, it's still there. It looks like a hole from here.
Yeah, there's loads of holes, that's the problem. I think I'm going to go and have a look, because I'm getting a bit scared up there, so. Still looks very patchy.
We always try to make everything perfect, but still not going to achieve that. Part of the work of the house is this old.
As John gets his feet firmly back on the ground, and with another job ticked off their to-do list,
Quite chubby.
over the next 6 weeks, the pair, along with Lolo, managed to get the first fixes in, tiling started in the kitchen and bathrooms, plus outside. They attempt to add traditional Andalusian tiles to a terrace ceiling. Their decision to fit them without tile adhesive quickly backfires.
This job hasn't been without its casualties.
That's beautiful, really.
What I really love about it is it basically creates a feeling that there is another room outside, and really in the summer this is like for living room. It's like all about how we live in Andalusia. We live outside, so this is the perfect kind of way of incorporating that into our day-to-day life and making it crazy for us.
As spring turns to early summer, bookings begin to ramp up at Daniel and John's other holiday apartments.
It's Pareja, so we've got a lot of people staying.
Meaning they have to juggle renovating alongside John's day job and guest changeovers.
I am more precise than Daniel. Doing things like this.
Plus, as demand grows for their accommodation, even though it's some way off completion, the pair now have a hard deadline to hit to finish their fifth apartment.
We actually have an end date now, don't we, Daniel?
Yeah, I've been very overconfident with our abilities, and I put where we live out from September 3rd.
Having taken bookings for their entire complex, can the couple now get the work finished on time?
Nothing structural, too much going on here that we cannot live through it.
The insulation and the plasterboard ceiling and the wiring
That'll be like a week.
and the tubing for the conditioning.
Yeah. Positivity. Positivity.
Angie and Ash are on a research mission. Tourism in this area booms in the winter, but the couple are determined to draw in visitors all year round, and forging local connections is key.
I think the big thing about this is really building those relationships. So the guys here, they have a ski shop in winter. We rent out all the skis to everyone in winter, and then in summer they change over to e-bikes. And these are like the exact kind of relationships you're building.
Meeting good people who love being in the mountains and seeing how we can collaborate and work together really.
Or having people at some time, and hopefully the kids are going to have a great day. It's a really nice day.
Really great day, weather, really good.
Today the couple are visiting a local activity centre with friends and trial guests, Joanne and Rob. And their efforts to promote this area as a year-round holiday hotspot have been well received.
Ash for that is amazing because he's trying his best. He's 100% with his mind on that. We need it. We have Italian tourists, but strangers, summer they prefer obviously the beach. The best way is to show them the mountain in summer is amazing too.
Angie and Ash hope to prove the area isn't just for adrenaline junkies. Its well-connected lift system means everyone can enjoy the stunning Via Latia, and a gentle hike with local guide Luca is the perfect introduction.
E punti Scampionia, Sia e Dot.
Saudi is the first thing in history, compatibility is the first building in Saudi.
Known locally as Balcony of the Alps, these well-worn ski runs transform in summer into ideal trails for biking and hiking. Suitable for all abilities, it's given Joanne and Rob food for thought for their future holidays.
I don't think we'd have come here if it wasn't for Anthony enough, but now I've been, I would definitely come back.
Yeah, completely. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's just a completely different experience to sort of that beach holiday where we've been out on the lake, we've been walking, the mountain bike experience today as well, the guided tour as well, so it's been absolutely fantastic.
After a summer of building connections and hosting family and friends,
Holding it.
Angie and Ash are more hopeful than ever that they can bring British holiday makers year-round to their new holiday apartments.
And we had to chat to the mountain guys and kind of talk to them about what they do and what we can do together, plans for the future. It just shows me that we're on the right track. We haven't lived here in summer before and it's just phenomenal. Beautiful. And that makes me super happy.
But the focus on summer has delayed their renovations. It's now September, and while work has started in the second holiday apartment, the first still isn't quite yet ready. The pressure is mounting. They've just received their very first booking for the new year.
I'm real happy. We're actually happy with the apartment, but we've done all the work to like, let's hope it's actually good.
Yeah, I think
But you know, it's just that like, oh.
it's from like years of working seasons. We really want to provide like really good customer service, and I think we're so clear on people save up all year to come here for a week. Like it's our responsibility to make sure they have the best time ever.
While the apartment still needs windows, one pressing issue needs addressing before it's ready to receive weekly guests.
Our biggest challenge at the minute is still, and it's been for the last 6 months, what people worrying, the heat system. Like last winter was office like cold. We did the mountains, we never told us meters, whilst we could finish all the work on it without heat because no one could change. But the quotes we got back were like 40 grand.
With just 2 months to find a solution to their heating issues, their plans could be about to go off piste.
We literally have no money whatsoever. We have nothing. Can't even get finance. Like it's not only we cannot open apartments, like existing.
I don't know if I'm going to cope with a couple of weeks, but that will cope.
Next time, rushed renovations for Angie and Ash.
I don't want to point something out. These are all facing that way.
Have you put it upside down?
A torrent of business for Daniel and John.
Girls were staying here somehow accidentally fell into the flat.
Can Rachel and Lee rise to the challenge?
It's just a massive change for me. It's one on its own to embrace.
And Aggie and Camille
I'm not a chef, and I'm definitely not a baker.
are a man down.
We're both exhausted by now. We need our chef back.
Well, alarm bells are ringing, and there's a bit of a saucy secret, not to mention a gin martini.
Teleport Life in the Sun. Sponsored by my old friend. Pop into the shop isn't as easy as it used to be. Thinking. That's why I love books for fancy too. They'll deliver straight to my door for free. And there's no silly subscription. Which means I get all the free. For none of the fast, so I can put my feet up. Occasionally. Why not give them a call or go online? What's your fancy? That home cooked meat delivered. It was so wild that I actually, from the dream, started a business. I don't think I could ever work for anyone else after that.
Great moments start with hard. Between the commutes, workouts and late nights, everyone loves a little bingo. Head to our site or download our app to play. Heart Bingo. It's bingo with a whole lot of heart.
We all know that we need to look after our bodies. Maybe you're thinking it's time for a change. Maybe you want to eat more fibre. Try less ultra-processed food. Try more whole foods. If you want more natural or organic food at affordable prices, then Braintree makes it easy. Braintree, the food you love at prices you can afford, and the same price as last year. Looking for the perfect match without swiping left or right, although they may slobber a bit and will most definitely have a wet nose. The brand new series of The Dog House started this week, and you can stream on Channel 4.
Channel 4 Live in the Sun, sponsored by Michael Cruises. For 10 years, we've been celebrating plucky Brits chasing their dreams in the sunshine. Wasn't this just the perfect life? But there's plenty more following in their footsteps.
I don't know whether I dare.
These expats are flying in the face of Brexit
They have kept my passport, which is a bit of a shock.
and joining Europe anyway.
Nothing to see, as they say, hey? Need a bit of luck.
Investing blood, sweat and tears.
Oh, no! What? I need a...
From riding centres in Bulgaria to antique shops in France.
We'll be there next year. What next?
They're queuing up.
There's no going back, not gonna happen.
Today in France,
We are one person down.
Supercar Weekend brings supersized problems for a pair of restaurateurs.
The big taker's 20 now and told us that there's 25 of them, so they have literally taken over the restaurant.
In Spain,
Fernando?
a night on the tiles proves too much. For two holiday hosts,
This job hasn't been without its cup of tea.
and there's a lot at stake for two rookie bakers.
The pressure switch has been turned up now, don't buy. Everything that you can see from our faces at the moment is hers.
And will winter come too soon for a couple's Italian ski chalets?
We cannot open apartments without a heat system in. It's like, we literally have no money whatsoever.
Being the birth country of D'Artagnan, the swashbuckling musketeer who served Louis XIV as captain of the musketeers of the Guard, France also attracts an equally daring breed of expat. Like Brit Camille and her Polish neighbour Aggie, who've recently become business partners of a restaurant and art boutique in the town of L'Île-Jourdain.
Camille was somebody who I just met, and on the second time we met, we decided to do the business together. It's a funny thing, but it's like the trust that we have between ourselves. I trust Aggie, she trusts me. I've never set up my own business, and I think probably without Aggie, I probably never would have. Yeah, I don't regret anything. Quite opposite. I love her. I absolutely love her.
After a full restoration, they're now officially open. And it's all for one and one for all, as the dynamic duo embark on their first summer season.
We bounce off each other really well. We have the same ideas. We've got the same optics. We've always said, whatever happens within ourselves and our partnership, what comes first is the business.
It's May, and after 6 weeks in business, Camille and Aggie are gearing up for a big weekend. In 2 days, the town will echo with the roar of engines as 600 300 sports cars arrive for the annual car rally.
This week is Ferrari week. It happens every year, and so this is the first year obviously that we're here doing it. It's definitely the biggest event we've finished. So one weekend of the year, it's absolutely heaving with people everywhere. There aren't enough places to eat, there aren't enough places to stay. It's the only time of year that it happens. So yeah, we're going to be inundated.
And it's revving up already. This lunchtime, they'll be serving their largest group so far.
People who are setting up the marquee, setting up the venue, they coming to eat. So the organizers contacted us already. And then look at the table. It's a table for 20 coming this lunch. So we'll see how it goes.
But with an hour to go until service, they're not quite as ready as they thought.
Green salad. Then we're gonna add potato, boiled egg, salmon on the top. Have we got not any potato at all left? Being a Monday, we haven't had our orders come in yet, our delivery, so a few different menus going on. So we've got time to remember what we haven't got.
And it seems potatoes aren't the only thing in short supply.
We've got a change of plan because we are one person down. I forgot Eden is off today. So instead of being in the kitchen, now it's not really dressed for serving people, but I'm going to have to be at the front now.
With fewer hands in the kitchen, Chef Emily has her work cut out.
Would you like with or without lardon? No lardon.
And the restaurant is beginning to fill up.
The walk-in, we've got that big table of 6 at the bottom. So that's 6 people there, and the table of 4.
As their large party arrives, it's an unexpected squeeze.
The big table of 20 now told us that there's 25 of them, so they have literally taken over the restaurant and handed the other people who wanted a nice romantic lunch out into a quiet corner because there's nothing very quiet or romantic.
With workers on their lunch break, it's a challenge to get everything out on time. And ensure there's enough to feed their extra diners.
We're going to give them chocolate cake in the end. One of those boys who's got someone who doesn't want tea.
But after a valiant effort, their three-course lunch is served.
Thank you very much. So I will give you the first 9, get these out, and then that's it.
And 25 rally workers are refueled and ready to get back on track.
Biggest thing we've done so far since 5. Great that we've managed to iron out a few of the sort of first teething problems that we had, because with the week that we've got coming up, communication and separation is absolutely key.
But Camille and Aggie are getting ready to step things up again. This weekend they'll be up at 6 a.m. serving breakfast for up to 200 of the event participants. It will be their biggest challenge yet.
I was stressed last week and now I'm excited. No, that doesn't work for me. She's always stressed.
All 3% of Brits who move abroad do so to further their careers, and of this daring group, 2% relocate to start their own business. For Midlands couple Rachel and Lee,
Absolutely. So peaceful as well.
the opportunity to be their own bosses was the driving force behind their move to Spain's Sunshine Coast.
We're bog standard normal people who work full-time jobs, and we don't have, lots of luxuries, do we? We're just working class people, so just go for it.
Having worked for commercial bakeries for 2 decades, the couple decided to swap their factory overalls for chef's aprons, buying a small bakery in the town of Benalmádena, known for its legendary pork pies.
Best on the Costa del Sol there.
Thank you very much.
Owners Graham and Linda have been offering a taste of home to expats here for the past 13 years.
Right, stop so what price?
Coming up, coming up.
Okay.
And as these expert bakers step away into retirement, Rachel and Lee have some big loafers to fill.
We feel that this is a turnkey business. We can walk into it and start working straight away.
Though the couple have 28 years of combined experience in the trade, they've never run a business before.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be a learning as we go. It's just a massive risk. It's everything that we've worked for from day dot, really. It's all on the line.
It's the beginning of September, and it's a massive day for Rachel and Lee. Having arrived in Spain yesterday, they're now the official owners of Porky Pies.
Finally, finally Spain got there and finally got the shop keys. It's all ours now. A bit nervous, but also excited to get in and get started. Come on in. This is my new kitchen, and I feel a little bit of pressure when I look return. This is ours. You know, reality does kick in a little bit and you go, oh my gosh, we've done it.
The couple have been granted work visas, but are still waiting for their final paperwork to be rubber stamped.
Just that last little push now.
And for Rachel, it can't arrive soon enough.
Because they can't do it right now. Pulling at me. But I'm like, as soon as that social security done, taxes and everything else is all settled, I can get my fingers in and start making and creating and doing everything that they did before, but with more.
But 2 days later, the couple are still in limbo. Their paperwork hasn't arrived, which means they can't set an opening date.
So it's still pictures to us today before information. Hopefully anyway, so we will see.
But open or not, there's still plenty to do. So while Rachel unpacks her baking equipment,
It's all just like cake decorating tools and everything that I need to make sweet goods and probably just push us that a little bit further with the shop.
Lee's making sure their future customers are given the best first impression.
Highly sophisticated room with a cloth on top. And just give me that extra bit of height. I can't get a lattice on the smash, so it wouldn't fall off or something. So that's the last thing we need right there. I like innovation. It's doing the job.
Every day the shop is closed, the couple are losing money.
Hello, we're not open until next week. It's alright.
Now the future of their business is at the mercy of red tape.
Right, let's wrap it up. The pressure switch has been turned up now, don't worry. Everything that you can see from our faces at the moment is nerves. I think that in my personally, nerves overshadow every other emotion right now, and I think it probably will do. Till the day we know that we're doing a good job. It's alright to be nervous. We're first-time business owners. This is completely out of the ordinary. We're so used to getting up, going to work for somebody else. Now it's about making it work for me and our future. All depends on this business doing really well. Yeah, back tomorrow.
Coming up,
Kind of golden, kind of money.
2 rocky holiday hosts balance guests and renovations in Spain.
It's quite messy work and it's quite loud.
And 2 ski chalet owners feel the pressure to deliver in Italy.
People save up all year to come here for a week. Like, it's our responsibility to make sure they have the best time ever.
Channel 4 Life in the Sun, sponsored by Morella Cream.
Your happy place can become unhappy when bad owners wait at home. Use Febreze plug-in. Just insert the refill and plug it into the socket. Its 3-in-1 action constantly isolates, gives noticeable freshness, and lasts long. So you always come home to your happy place with a clean and fresh sense of love. Ensure
lifelong commitment. And with the advanced nutrition of Purina One, you can see a visible difference in just 3 weeks. Your pet will benefit from great appetite, higher energy, healthier digestion, shinier coat, and brighter eyes. Try Purina One today.
Have finished tackle these birds on stage and all this mess. Mum doesn't think so. Finish Ultimate Plus gives a deep, intensive clean. It comes down stains, moves them, and cuts grease with precision. First time, every time. The superb finish on tough challenges. Wait for children.
At Vintage Capital, we buy all sorts. We'll buy unwanted watches, coins, gold, toys, costumes, jewelry, and more. To start sorting loads in one go, order your free postage fashion and send everything in one box. Our experts will value everything. We then call you with our offer. It's free and there's no obligation to accept. Vintage Capital, we buy all sorts. Get your free postage pack today. Selling your car. It's not my job. It's motorway. When you shop with Spy, the mortgage savings app, you don't just buy stuff. You buy cash to pay off your mortgage faster. Buy a coffee, pay off a bit of your mortgage. Buy a weekly shop, pay off a bit more. Buy a takeaway, pay some more of your junk. Shop away your mortgage, brick by brick. You can save thousands of pounds in interest with Spy. Download the app today. Dealing with meetings, deadlines, and a family headache. Luckily, Panadol Extra Advanced tablets are made for people like Kate and others who want effective pain relief that's more powerful than standard paracetamol. Panadol Extra Advanced gets to work in 10 minutes. That's one for Panadol. The new Fuller's Egg Lamp, 60 days, 1 week previous, more wear, more day mention with oil control and hydration, new double wear, only at Estee Lauder.
Probably just too much screen time.
It's probably fine. I beat my personal best.
Probably just me being a bit out of shape.
But what if it isn't? It's time to get some good life clarity. Fast, affordable services, supported by GPs. Book your scan or health check now at vistahealth.co.uk. Hey, that's free. They work within my budget. Any help?
Well, colleagues like Charlotte here are always matching prices or lowering them with Nectar. Through cold, as rain, as tropical sunshine indeed. Because we're always matching and lowering prices. Sainsbury's, good food for all of us. In a vast remote forest, 10 players will fight to win up to £100,000.
There's a few snakes in here, I reckon.
As prey versus predator. A brand new series, The Hunt, Prey versus Predator on Channel 4. Starts Sunday at 9.
Can it be 11?
Channel 4 Life in the Sun, sponsored by
Because Nathan said that he could come, but they're wondering if his cousin could come.
For many relocating Brits, endless
I
summers
talked
and
to
a
his
warm
cousin
climate are
at
irresistible
his
draws.
birthday party.
But
They're
here
nice.
in a beautiful town of Oss in the Italian Alps, there's something more. So peaceful. For adventurous British couple Angie and Ash, it was the promise of its alpine winters that called them here.
Living next to a ski resort was like a massive priority in terms of like enjoying our life in the winter. We live by the car journey to the nearest city as part of a 400 kilometre area next in France. It's awesome.
Set in the famous Milky Way ski area, this town is a playground for winter sports enthusiasts. And the former ski reps have decided to make this slice of alpine paradise their home and livelihood.
Think about it like that.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
They bought an expansive farmhouse and are converting part of it into holiday apartments to fund their lifestyle. Alongside this, they're building an online ski tourism guide to share the magic of this area.
Massive part of our careers has been helping people enjoy the places where we are. So what can we do to bring that awesome service that we used to deliver to to everyone.
Is the best bits of the job, which was making sure everyone had an awesome holiday, and we created it so we could do that. Yeah.
It's July, and Angie and Ash are visiting the nearby resort of Bardon-Etien. In the winter, these chairlifts and gondolas transport skiers to the top of the slopes. But for their chalet business to be viable, the couple know they can't rely on winter trade alone. So they've been exploring what the area has to offer in the summer with Ash's sister Hayley, her partner Kyle, and her 3 children.
Been able to find things for all 3 of them to do, having such a big age gap with the babies. Being 9 months, William 10 and Layla 16, it's quite tricky sometimes to find something for everybody, but we have managed pretty much to find something that everyone can enjoy. And William, despite being scared of heights, has just come up the gondola saying, "This is my best holiday ever." So we really attacked that one.
Hayley's initial feedback is music to Angie and Ash's ears. Knowing what this area offers families in summer could expand their customer base year-round.
Trying it out with people that are not just being asked, because we're like, oh, we'll go on an 8-hour hike. Well, actually, is it suitable for a 9-year-old kid and a baby? Can you actually get the buggy up this hiking trail? And I think testing it out with different groups as well, so we then get on the flight with eyes for summer, this winter. Yeah.
For newcomers, even a ride on a chairlift can be a bit daunting. But Ash's 10-year-old nephew William is up for the challenge.
Very proud of you for doing this. Are you proud of you for doing this?
Yes. Sounds nerve-wracking as I thought it would be.
Having conquered the chairlift, it's time to find out if he shares his uncle's spirit of adventure on the Alpine roller coaster.
Go, go, go! We're alive, we made it!
With so much on offer, it's not difficult to convince their group the Alps have all the ingredients for a perfect family holiday. William, for one, is a convert.
It's very nice. I like how it's not too cold, not too warm. Certainly. I hope I come back during the winter and go skiing or something.
I've been on a chairlift.
Yeah, so I'm actually not scared of that part anymore. Now I have to go down this dangerous hills going 95.
A successful fact-finding mission has sparked a new idea for the couple.
You must stay up now!
With this area still growing as a summer destination, they're hoping to put it on the map, expanding their online ski guide to include summer activities and helping elevate this area into a year-round holiday spot.
It gives us an excuse when we're bringing the whole family here to say, like, let's come and have a quick chat with our own lift system here, and we'll do the same in Saudi. They know that summer for British tourists is super important, and one of the really big reasons of being here is wanting to create a space that people can come out and experience these things. These are things that, like, change our life. When you see these mountains for the first time or go skiing for the first time, it makes you realise this is paradise, isn't it?
The town of El Puerto de Santa Maria in southern Spain is located 10 kilometers northeast of the city of Cadiz, at the mouth of the Guadalete River. Alongside its beautiful beaches and the crystal clear waters of the Med, the climate and high limestone content of the chalky soil in the surrounding vineyards means it's the perfect spot to produce sherry. And since moving here from London, partners Daniel and John have been enjoying sampling this aged wine, which is served up in the town's many traditional bodegas.
Sherry, I didn't even like before, and now it's now compulsory. It's now compulsory.
After falling for the charm of this historic Andalusian town on a previous European road trip, it quickly became top of their list to relocate to when they decided to swap the big smoke for beach life.
We loved the area because of the food and culture and the relaxed way of living. When we came back and started visiting more, we found the parties.
No! I was going to say the people!
Oh my, the people.
For Daniel, who worked in luxury retail, and John, a town planner, the property prices also lured them in. With the aim of making an income by running holiday lets, they snapped up a complex of 5 separate apartments for just €160,000.
We realised that we could afford somewhere which might need a lot of work, but was 250 square metres. The kind of project that we just wouldn't have had the opportunity to do in England, certainly not in London.
So far, the couple have refurbished 4 of the apartments. But this year they face their biggest challenge.
Still haven't got a home for the chaiselongs. Yeah.
Renovating the 5th, which will become their home, while also running the business.
In the other apartments, when we've been designing them, we've had to rein Daniel in a little bit, because he's very creative. He has a really cool design flair, but I think in this space, I'm going to have to let him rip. I'm ready to go wild.
It's now February, and with 3 of their apartments open as rentals, this morning Daniel and John have just had a guest depart.
We're just going to check in that everything's okay after someone's just checked out. As you can see, they're here for the carnival, so I gave them some dressing up things so that they can take full advantage of the carnival. We obviously just need to take the bedclothes out, just think that. So yeah, happy with all of this.
Open all year round, the couple market their accommodation to holidaymakers in peak season and for longer stays during the quieter months, attracting guests like Kevin, who works remotely.
We're here working on teaching online, and we've been here for about 2 months now, and we'll stay for a few months more. Nice, sunny, by the beach, a little bit of the best of both worlds.
Fortunately, Kevin is understanding about the major renovations to the 5th apartment that are underway.
This is where it's supervised from.
And that Daniel is chipping in with. To aid their builder, Lolo.
I'm just getting this all ready for Lolo for when he comes to this school that he can basically plaster over it. It's quite fun actually, but it's quite messy work and it's quite loud.
While Daniel gets stuck in with the works, alongside his full-time remote job in town planning, John's also project managing the build at home.
Tiempo es oro, Lolo. Right. Tiempo es oro. Time is gold. Time is money. Sort of his favourite thing.
With a lot to juggle between them, whilst they have understanding guests staying now, Daniel and John want to get the bulk of the noisy structural work finished before peak season hits, so they're not welcoming others to a building site. But they've got a big job ahead of them. Coming up, it's all too much for Rachel and Lee.
We have had a lot of nerves because obviously we've never done a business on our own before and it's all brand new.
And for Addie and Camino.
4 salmon salads, one with no onions, no tomatoes.
But over all day.
It's going to be dry because of that. High pressure is going to be very light as well. There's a very weak weather front. You can see there that's producing cloud in northernmost parts of England and southern Scotland. That the south overnight. That was a little more wide late. Another cold one, mind you, across parts of southern England, Northern Ireland, and also the north of Scotland. Temperatures will be freezing. But it will warm up in the sunshine, but more places will start off with rain. And a lot of that will burn off, sunshine coming through, temperatures rising quite quickly as well. It should be a dry day too. Temperatures continuing to fall a little bit lower across England and Wales, still very pleasant, mind you, but for Northern Ireland and for Scotland, probably the warmest day of the year so far. 80 is pretty possible in Scotland, but it will cool down here as we head into the weekend. As we look towards the northwest, there will be some weather fronts trying to come into the Atlantic as the area of high pressure declines. A lot of places still will be dry. There will be more cloud at least towards the northwestern areas. Most of the sunshine after a chilly winter start.
turns out I think it's 12.
骨を冷たい手術台の上に放置されて死んだことも。
Every person you had is another 30,000.
But that's it. I think the limit
心
is
臓さん
come.
がスクープしたからだってことは。
But we need to. Someone needs to know. Someone needs to know
そして警察が来たのは
when it ends and stuff.
Oh, we'll try and book it tonight.
スクープしたからだってことは。
I know when you want it, but it might be already booked up.
Yeah, and they need to know. They need to know where it is. Because some people don't know where it is,
私は雪
I
ちゃ
don't
ん
know
の
where it
話
is.
にできない。
so I can't tell them. I only know it's in Camberley.
Yeah, it's near Tesco's, big Tesco's.
Where's Big Tesco?
It's a big new motor show, motor place opened up right next to it.
You. Oh,
Motor Point, I think it's called.
while we're there, you could go see it. You could go watch it.
今から駅を連れて何度か離れるんだ。6時45分発じゃなくて6時30分発だ。
I'm going to go down to Tesco's in a minute,
成田に向かってるんですが、
get some
協力して。
spaghetti, holidays,
今無事に出国ゲート出たので。
and anything else in that one.
Do you think you could get some crisps?
Yes, I'll try.
Thank you. This looks incredible. I had no idea.
GPS でみんなに私の居場所を知らせてたでしょ。
I'm going to get you some
お
more
かげでみんなを成田に引きつけることができた。
breakfast if you like.
Oh yeah.
Please.
You know that's silly.
ごめんなさい。知ってました。でもこれでよかったと思ってます。俺は花さんを犯罪者にしたくない。新藤さんに言われたんです。
どうした？さっきのすごいしゃべりか。
When the weather can't make up its mind, we can help you make up yours. Check on the BBC Weather app.
どんなの理由して
Welcome back to BBC News. Let's turn to our main headlines here. President Trump said he has no plans to deploy US troops to Iran and claims the war is ahead of schedule. Energy prices soar in the UK and Europe as Iran and Israel continue to trade strikes on key energy facilities in the Gulf. Well, Qatar calls the energy plant strikes a dangerous escalation and says Iran must stop the attacks. Here, the chair of the UK Coast Inquiry warns the NHS came close to collapse in the latest report on the pandemic. So straight back to the Middle East, because Donald Trump says there are no plans to deploy US ground troops to the region and claims the US operation is ahead of schedule. Meanwhile, the price of gas has risen sharply following an attack on Qatar's Ras Laffan energy complex. Well, earlier on the program, I spoke to US Democratic Congressman Mike Levin. I asked him if Oman's foreign minister was right when he said that the US had lost control of its own foreign policy.
I honestly don't know what Donald Trump's endgame is. I think members of Congress of both parties are still waiting for a well-articulated strategy and an endgame. It's completely different from what we've become accustomed to in the United States, which is the president will brief the Congress and build a case. Even in the first Gulf War, the Iraq and Afghanistan conflicts, President Clinton in Kosovo, all the major conflicts in my lifetime, you had the President of the United States brief Congress, try to build a case, and ultimately build a case with the American people as well. And as we all know, Operation Epic Fury began with a true social post in the middle of the night. Here in the U.S., it was, somewhere around midnight that I found out that we had taken this action. And I'm on the Appropriations Committee. I can tell you if they're going to be asking for $200 billion in additional appropriation, they certainly haven't made the case for that. They really haven't, either in a public setting or in a classified setting, explained why the strike was necessary, why they felt the threat was imminent, or what the long-term strategy is.
Briefly, this question, he just said in that news conference that he hadn't discussed with Israel the hitting of energy infrastructure, those Israeli strikes on the South Part gas field, which led to the Iranian counter strikes on Qatar, told Benjamin Netanyahu not to strike energy infrastructure anymore. Do you believe that there was no conversation ahead of a really important escalation from Israel?
I don't know what to believe. I can tell you that it's very hard to take anything that President Trump says at face value. And what I've tried to do throughout the last couple of weeks, representing so many tens of thousands of military service members in my community back in California, is to remember their service and sacrifice, their operational excellence, and hope that that carries the day, as opposed to the recklessness, the ever-changing opinion of a president who really, in my view, doesn't have enough people around him telling him no. Dangerous thing.
How alarmed are you that so far in 20 days we've seen escalation upon escalation? Do you fear it can go further? Because we heard Donald Trump say just now he wasn't planning to send any extra troops to the Middle East. Are you convinced that it doesn't escalate at some stage to exactly that?
I am increasingly concerned because what I hear on the ground is that our Marines and sailors are preparing, and they are the best of the best. And I have extraordinary faith and confidence in them that they're going to do their mission and do it well. But I know they are gearing up and they are preparing. For what end? None of us know that. I don't know if the president himself knows. And that's where if you had a fully briefed Congress and a case made to both the Congress, the international community, and the American people with a clear plan and an exit strategy, we'd all be in much, much better circumstances than we find ourselves now.
You touched upon that twice, but briefly, the US has a system of checks and balances. Is your view at the moment that is simply failing, it is not working?
It's not working because Donald Trump decided to adhere to the War Powers Act of 1973. This has been in place for many decades now. We're before the declaration or an authorization of the use of military force or declaration of war. The president needs to go to Congress and build the case, and ultimately it needs to be authorized by the Congress. Now, there's little room if the president is looking to deal with an imminent threat that involves military personnel abroad, that the president can unilaterally engage up to a 60-day period. But that threshold, in my view, has not been met. There has not been demonstrated to any of us an imminent threat or a threat to American service members or personnel that requires unilateral action. And the other thing is calling it a war again and again. Not, he tried to call it other things, but when you have Secretary Rubio, Secretary Hegseth, and President Trump repeatedly referring to it as a war, when you have the international community referring to it as a war, that means it's a war. That means the Congress should have been consulted. And it's not only the law, it's also just common sense. This would have been, I think, a far more effective approach.
A final question, because I know you're introducing legislation to tackle online gamblers betting on missile strikes. When I first saw that, I had to read it twice. People are really doing that, are they?
It's absolutely inconceivable, but yes, we now have these prediction markets like Polymarket and others, and people were placing bets right before the strike. We don't know if they were using material information that they gained by virtue of their service in our military or in other militaries, but literally an hour before, betting $100,000 to win $500,000. In other cases, people that had never even had the account set it up, and the first bet was betting on a strike in Iran. So we've got to put an end to this, and American law needs to be very cut and dried, that you cannot bet on war or death or terrorism or nuclear annihilation. It's crazy that we even have to have that discussion, but sadly we do.
Well, apologies, that part of my conversation with Congressman Mike Devon a little earlier on today's programme. Now, we're going to spend the next 10-15 minutes answering some of the questions you have been asking and the online searches you've been making around the various impacts the conflict is actually having. And with me to answer those questions is our business editor, Simon Jack. Simon, let's look at the big picture first. Gas prices, oil prices. Take us through just the last 24 hours. What would you think? So I think when we saw that attack on the Iranian gas plant, which then prompted the retaliation to hit a key gas plant in Qatar, the Rotterdam plant, that really crossed a bit of a line, because up to this point, most of the protagonists in this had taken care, bend over backwards, to try not to directly target the energy infrastructure. But the Rotterdam basically produces about 20% of the world's natural gas on the Qatari side of the fence, because it's jointly owned by Iran and Qatar. And that really did look at amongst the pigeons in terms of the gas price. So you saw 25% increase in gas price very quickly, and then it came back a little bit. And some of the wild swings are because everyone was looking to see some detail emerge about how damaged was this plant going to be. You can see that UK gas prices up there. And what the good news was that about 17% of its productive capacity they think is permanently damaged, which is better than it could have been. The bad news is it could take months or even years to bring that back online. So that's why you saw some of the wild swings in gas prices across the day. As I say, as we try to get a measure of exactly how much, how damaged that would be and how long it would take. So a bit of good news, a bit of bad news. But of course, in that interim, some wild swings there. Similar on oil prices as well. We saw oil surge to nearly $120 a barrel, very nearly eclipsing the peak that we saw a few days ago. It then retreated back to $110. Nevertheless, those are the wildly volatile markets are gaining confidence around the world, and significantly above that $100 mark. In terms of petrol prices, just along the chain to consumers, it is going up almost by the day. Where are we at the moment? And since the start of the conflict, what has been the jump? So we are at £1.43 for a litre of unleaded, the average price across the UK. £1.64 for diesel. That's 10p more per litre of petrol and 22 pence more per litre of diesel. The reason that is we don't refine as much diesel here in the UK. We refine more of our own petrol. We have to import off that. So you're seeing something like a sort of 8-9% increase. Now, as a rule of thumb, every $10 you get on top of the barrel of oil, you get about 5 to 6 pence on a litre of petrol. So the recent price rises we've seen in the last couple of days, last 48 hours, will take about 2 weeks to filter through to the forecourts. So you could see another 10p on both of those emerging over the next week or two. And worth saying, of course, that means the transport costs go up, and you can't overstate really just how pervasive energy costs are. They get into everything. They get into the cost of petrol, they get into the cost of transporting things from A to B. They also get into fertilizer as a byproduct. Use gas to produce fertilizer as a byproduct of the crude oil process. That makes its way into food, and all of that stuff will push up inflation. Jet fuel, for example, is another. So people's tickets on holidays will go pretty more expensive.
I'll come to inflation and all those questions in a moment, but a lot of people are asking about how long it would take before their gas, their electricity bills perhaps might rise.
Yeah, one of the most obvious characteristics of the gas price rise will be the stuff that goes into heating your home. Now, the good news here is that we have something called the energy price cap, which caps the price per unit of electricity and of gas that you pay. Now, that is set until the end of June, so you will not see any price rises. If you use more, you'll pay more, but you won't see any more unit price rises until the end of June. But given that, what they call an oscillation window, where they start raising the prices to set the next cap up from July to September, well, that's open from February 18th to May the 18th. So these prices will make it into their calculation for the next cap. It seems totally inevitable to me that prices will rise thereafter, and some analysts are saying it could go from something like £1,600 a year to £1,800 based on the data we have so far.
Which means that whole political issue of what the government is doing in terms of health, that is a live issue all the time across a whole range of things. There's been some announcements, but what potentially additionally could happen?
Well, you're right, we've seen some announcements.
to Tesco's. Do you want anything from Tesco's?
What?
I'm going down to Tesco's to get some food.
I'm going to get pasta now.
Yeah, I still need some food though. She's going to cook pasta. I need to get bread, milk. What's it? Beans.
超えてはいけない一線があるんだ。
今回はその一線を越えられたってこと？お姉ちゃんのためには越えられなかったくせに。
皿を失ってからずっと考えてるよ。あの時の俺の選択は本当に正しかったのかって。だから自分を許せなかった。進藤のことも憎んだ。あの平気なのか？進藤と一緒にいて。あの男のことすごく恨んでたじゃないか。
お父さん、自首してほしい。でもその前に。
はい。
進藤さん、取材いいですか？お伺いしたいことがあります。
カメラ下ろせ。
取材拒否ですか？自分の時は逃げるんですか？
番組で答える。
え？
生放送で答えてやる。
私の質問なんかへでもないってことですか？
誤解すんな。 俺は今まで散々被害者や加害者にカメラを向けてきた。俺に取材を拒否する権利なんかない。こんばんは、ニュースゲットの時間です。今夜は臓器売買疑惑の続報からです。まずはこちらの VTR をご覧ください。
移植手術がまさに行われようとしていた現場に新藤キャスターがいました。我々はドライブレコーダーの映像で新藤キャスターに接触した人物がいたことを突き止めました。新藤キャスターにお伺いします。ここで新藤キャスターと話している人物は誰ですか？
医師です。
こちらの病院の医師ですか？
違います。彼はおそらく違法な臓器移植手術を行うため深沢容疑者に雇われたと思います。
何を話しているんですか？
正確には彼と話していたのではなく、深沢容疑者と電話で話していました。
どんな話を？
公共の電波で話せるにはふさわしくない内容ですよ。
実はこの人物に話を聞くことができました。新藤キャスターと深沢容疑者はどんな話をしていますか？
深沢は新藤キャスターの先生の近くから電話をしてきて脅していました。
具体的に何と言っていましたか？
警察に自分の捜査を任せる。そうなければ娘が危ない目に遭う。
事実ですか？
事実です。
いいか。脅迫を受けたことを警察に話しましたか？
いいえ。
なぜですか？
聞かれませんでした。
聞かれていなくても情報提供すべきではないですか？
場合によっては。
つまり新藤キャスターは脅しに屈したんですね。
そうは思いません。
ではなぜこの人物を取り押さえなかったんですか？逃がしたのは事実ですよね。
事実です。
この人物を捕まえれば深沢容疑者逮捕への一歩になったのでは？
その可能性はありました。
今回の行動はジャーナリストとして間違っていると思いませんか？
思いません。
はい。新藤さんはいつも自分を正しいと主張しますね。18年前、あなたは臓器売買と違法手術を東ヨーロッパのモルドバでスクープしました。現地の医療スタッフは逮捕を恐れて逃げ出し、その結果、手術を受ける予定だった当時11歳の川島沙羅さんは亡くなりました。
何の話だ？
このスクープを後悔したことはありませんか？
ありません。
もう一度聞きます。あなたが報道しなければ川島沙羅さんの命は救われていた。それでもスクープは間違いではなかったと。
何度も言います。私はそのスクープを間違いだと思ったことは一度もありません。
脅しに屈して娘の命を守るあなたと、娘の命を守るために違法な手術を受けさせようとした母親、どこが違うでしょうか？同じです。あなたはずるい。私はあなたをジャーナリストとして認めません。
若者で自分の正義を熱く語るのが見ていて頼もしいものです。声を上げ続けるという努力だけが世の中を変えるのです。ですが、残念なことに、先久保記者の正義と私の正義は違うようだ。私は私の信念のもと、報道を続けてまいります。では、本日のニュースをいきましょう。
あまり心配するな。俺が一緒に謝ってやるから。
すいません。
この度は最初僕が独断です。
my god. What question do I have?
Oh, where's this? Oh yeah. I'm done today. I fell asleep, sorry. I'm surprised.
Oh, my live is still on.